If you clicked on this video, probably you are trying to fix your fizzy or overly digital guitar sound while using the so-called amplifier equivalent plugins. But before blaming your plugin or your guitar or even your playing, let's put your audio interface under the spotlight because it might be the guilty one. I have to say, at the end of the video I won't mention an exact solution or a clear winner, but in this video we will try some non-bedroom player items to hear their difference, or even if there's a difference. Still, don't worry, none of these items are the fancy stuff, and probably you can find a cheaper and smaller solution too. And I hope by the end of the video you'll have another path to explore and some legit data to consider investing in your rig, because that's what we do on this channel. If you're a first timer, welcome to the Red Vault. I'm Tolga SERT, and as a small group of music enthusiasts, we are trying to explore the limits of our gear in this small recording facility. And if you want to explore with us, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to leave your opinions in the comment section. Now let's talk about our equipment and the procedure for this comparison. The heart of this video is a huge mixing console or mixing table from late 90s, a Tascam M2600 Mark II right behind of me. And actually it's gigantic and it has 24 different channels with additional inputs, outputs, FX loops, etc. And we brought this thing into the studio to improve our drum sound quality. At this point, I don't have a comparison audio for drum sound, but let me show you some examples before. Now let's listen a small section of a track from my thrash metal band H Flame's latest album, which is recorded in here and released on March 1st, and it sounds like this. The isolated drum sound sounds like this. I know it might not be the greatest you ever heard, but actually we are really happy with the results. However, there is still room for some improvement. Actually, always there is a room for improvement. But the main issue that we heard at the end of the session was the fizzy or maybe highly saturated top end. After some investigation, we found out it comes from the audio interface, which is a Focusrite 18i20 3rd generation. And as far as I know, it has the same preamps with a 3rd generation solo or 2i2, you know, the bedroom player focused items. Also, I'm connecting an Octopre preamp which has 8 different preamps to the 18i20, and the whole rig provides me 16 inputs and 10 outputs. I'm not saying it's a bad interface, it's solid, maybe not the best on the market, but it definitely gets the job done, especially for its price. However, just like any other digital audio interface, it has its own unique touch, and I believe that's why most people feel unsatisfied when they compare their sound with the original tracks. And I want to demonstrate this in this video. To achieve this, first we will hear a real amplifier, which is an ENGL or ENGL Powerball 2, which goes to a Mesa 4x12 rectifier standard cabinet, and we will hear the audio through an SM57, which directly goes to my Focusrite 18i20 audio interface. On the second attempt, we will connect the SM57, we will send the signal comes from the SM57 to Tascam, and we will use the Tascam as an analog preamp, and we will send the signal after that to the Focusrite 18i20. So on the second attempt, simply we will use the Tascam as analog preamp, and we will use the Focusrite as an AD converter, analog to digital converter, without its preamps. After that, we will compare their raw tracks, we will compare the DIs from Focusrite and Tascam Focusrite combo, and then there will be a plugin, Neural DSP Fortin Cali. You know, I really like the sound of that plugin, and we will compare the sound of the plugin in mix and the as an isolated track. At the end of the day, let's see if an analog preamp could be your savior to achieve a more controlled, dynamic and organic guitar sound. Now let's start. So you are seeing my screen now, and let me explain briefly. We have the Tascam and Focusrite tracks as center, and we have dual tracks from Focusrite and Tascam. Those are the ENGL tracks, and we have a bass and drums for the tracks, and we have a drum and bass again with the Fortin Cali, as you can see, and then we have the DI section as centers and as dual tracks. Now let's start with the ENGL tracks from Tascam and Focusrite. Here's the Focusrite, here's the Tascam. Let's start. That was the second channel of the Powerball, and then let's hear the third channel. And then let's hear the fourth channel of the Powerball. And now let's hear those tracks with drum and bass. Let's hear it. And here's the third channel. And let's hear the fourth channel. I'm not sure what it is, but as the gain increasing, there's a increase on the Focusrite track. And you know, ENGL is a really spiky, really aggressive amplifier, and it might not be the best amplifier to demonstrate this effect, but even with these tracks, with this amplifier, I can hear the sound on the background, especially on the dual tracks. It boosts each other, those frequencies. And let's hear the raw DIs now. As you can see, we only have a limiter without any EQ. We have a compressor for the drums, and we have an EQ for the bass. And now let's hear the DIs. You know, on the DI tracks, at least for me, it's like day and night. I'm not sure which is the best. Actually, I know which is the better version, but it's up to my taste. It might not be the best for you. By the way, I used a guitar with an alder body with Seymour Duncan JB on the ENGL tracks, and I used the guitar with Corina body with Seymour Duncan JB on the DIs and Fortin Cali tracks. Maybe it might be useful information for you. It might be unuseful information for you. Now let's hear those as dual tracks. You know, sometimes it boosts each other and it's more easier to hear the difference. It's too aggressive, too harsh. Now let's hear the Fortin Cali tracks. let's hear those as dual tracks. You can hear the low end, you can hear the punch. With Tascam, there's a saturation, there's a texture, there's a richness on the sound. I can hear the low mids and low end better, and it really holds the harshness on the top end. It might not suit to your taste, but I prefer Tascam. It really increased something. And you know, you might say I can get the same effect after some EQ types, but if you want to create something good, I think the capture, first moment of the capture should be great. It has to be great. How can I explain? You should hear the desired sound directly from the microphone or directly on the raw track. Yeah, it can be better. It can explain better. And now let's hear it with drum and bass. Let me make you this, because I really like the punch of the section. Let's hear this side, and I have to switch the bass section too. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I hope you can hear it too. The difference between now let's hear the whole thing. Let's listen the whole thing. That's what I mean. I hope you get the idea. I hope you get the point. I hope you can try to find a different solution than changing your pickups or changing your strings or changing your type of playing. It might your audio interface might be the guilty one for your harsh sound. I'm not saying go and buy a 24 channel preamp. It's huge. It's bizarre. It's not suitable even for this desk. Because of it, I put a coffee table under the mixer. I'm not saying go purchase a Tascam or something similar. That Tascam isn't an obligation. But if you can find a similar device which provides the same effect, which has the same similar components, it can be a good solution for all of those non-dynamic, harsh digital sound. Because actually I always thought like neural is good, but there's always a digital limit. But after trying this way of recording, it actually sounds way more than usual to my ears. Still, digital stuff is digital stuff. It's not an old tube, and I believe it won't imitate the effect of an old tube amplifier ever. But it's really satisfying, And I hope this video will give you an idea, and that's all I can provide. I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you enjoyed, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Till the next video, see ya.